Hello everyone, I'm Faral Imran from the channel Data Sciencey, and today the topic that I'll be telling you, well, as you can see here, the topic is that what regrets that I got after studying engineering. Like I studied engineering and after that I regretted it so much. So I'll be telling you and why you shouldn't do engineering and also the last thing that I want to say, so watch the full video. So at first I'll tell you that who am I? My name is Faryal Imran. I am a computer systems engineering and I recently graduated from NED University of Engineering and Technology. So the very first regret that I have is that it has too much useless lectures. I mean, the lectures are so useless. When I go to class to get the lecture, at first the teachers they will be just reading from the slides, like they'll be showing you the PowerPoint presentation and they just be reading it and not even explaining, they'll just read it. And then after that they'll give you the slides and you can't even understand anything from it. That's my very first regret. And even I remember when I was in my third year, my teacher said, like, if you want to get a job, then you have to do some courses. Like, in addition to this degree, just doing this degree will do you nothing. You won't get a job from. And I was like so shocked. Like, I'm doing engineering and I have to do additional courses too, so that I can get the skills. Because doing engineering, you get the theory. I mean, you get the theory of everything, but you won't get any practical thing. So I had to do additional courses, even to do an internship. I got an internship for just for the skills that I did in the courses. I had to go to YouTube for my skills or like whatever things I needed. I had to go to YouTube or even understand the lectures that my teachers used to give. So I had to go to YouTube to I like understand it. Like what does it mean to pass the test? Like seriously, even the exams because I couldn't understand anything from it. My regret number two is that focusing too much on GPA because it is that like they focus too much on GPA. Like you get good GPA, you'll get an internship, that too from the university. You get a good GPA, like the university, they'll take you to a good place. Otherwise, you're just some low level person. Like they won't even care for you. Like when you get low GPA. So that's my regret number two. Like it's focusing too much on GPA, like GPA, GPA, GPA. And when you like graduate from the university, then you had to see like the job, they don't even care about the GPA. They just ask like what skills do you have? They don't even say that what GPA did you get in university. My regret number three is that it's too much pressure. Like I don't even remember having any social life. I had too much pressure. Like I remember whenever I had holidays in like from the university, I had to like prepare for the midterms, for the tests, for the exams because I had too much pressure. Even the assignments I had to do it before because like at the moment you get like so many assignments, so many projects that you can focus on it and you can focus for studying for the final exam. I remember my teachers, like I have like midterm the next day, and the teachers would be saying that you have to the whatever topic they explain you today, so that will be coming to the midterm, and you don't have any time to get, and you get so much pressure, and you get low grades, and because of that, you get so nervous. And my regret number four is that no social life because there's too much pressure on the studies. So you don't have any social life. You can have any friends or family, even family gatherings. I remember that my mother used to scold me that we don't even go to the weddings or anywhere. I used to say that I have my university, I have to study. So that's my regret number four. My regret number 5 is that no traveling. As you can say, I'm a travel person, so I can't even travel anywhere because of the too much pressure or anything. My regret number 6 is that competing with everyone. Because in the university, everyone cares about GPA, so you have to compete with everyone. Like, no one is your friend. Even your best friends, like when I used to ask the girls or anything to tell me like how to get better in studies or thing, they won't tell me anything because they would just be competing with you, so they won't tell you. So that's why they say the university friends are snake and the school friends are good. But if you get a good friends, then your university life will be better. Otherwise, most of the people there are just competing with you. They just want to go to the top, and they don't want you to improve with them. So that's why everyone is competing. My regret number 7 is discrimination. As I said, focusing too much on GPA, so that's why discrimination is there. Like the people who have high GPA, they are like recognized or the teachers love them, and the one who has low GPA or something like that, they wouldn't even care about them. And regret number 8, no job. Just sitting on this degree means like just doing this degree of engineering and just studying engineering, you won't get any job. Because when you go for a job, so the people say, what is your work experience? And do you have any skills for the job? Because no one asks for the GPA. Trust me. Because when you go for the job and you give interview, everyone's asked what is your skill and do you know how to do this or that and what is your work experience. And even it happens that you have to do additional courses so that in order to get some skills, some technical skills, whether it's web development, Python development, or anything. And by the way, I have made a course on Python development, which is for beginners, and I can add the link in the description. My regret number 9 is that not doing any courses. I remember that in my first and second year, I didn't do any courses related to my field because I was just doing my degree. I was studying my lectures and all and everything, but I couldn't understand it. So I didn't do any courses related to it. So that's why my marks were getting terrible and I was not getting really good marks in my field, you can say, in my tests, in my midterms. So, so when you're doing the degree and when you're studying for engineering, so you have to do the courses related to your field, any other, so that you can at least understand it, what you're studying in the class. So you have to do the courses. And the next regret is that fear of failure. When I was very optimistic person. I was so optimistic that in my school life, I used to be so hopeful for the future, and I never had any fear of failure because I was so outgoing person, like an extroverted person, that I used to help my juniors too. Like even in the last moment of exam when they couldn't understand something, I used to explain them instead of revising for my own subject, and it was so amazing. And I used to get good marks in school. But when you go to university, at first year, it's an alien for you. Like alien for you. Like the people are completely new because you go to some other country. So the people there are different, the teachers are different, and everything is different. Because in school it used to be so disciplined and you had those friends for like whole 12 years of life, and the I think 14 if we add KG1 and KG2, otherwise it's 12. So after that, when you like at first you have excitement of going to the university, but then when you go to the university, the orientation day, it feels so amazing that you feel like as if you've achieved some really good things. It happens like orientation day, and the very first thing that the university tells you is that, like, you're in this field, you got selected for this field, and it's 100% you'll get the job. And after some years, when you start studying, you begin to realize that those were all lies. Like, those things that they told you were all lies. It's getting a job and not getting a job. It depends on you, and you hope for it, because when you have the skills and you have the work experience, then you'll get the job. Otherwise, no, because most of these things is that, oh, as I was telling you about the fear of failure. The fear of failure is that when I went to university, at first I said about the orientation day, it was so amazing. After that, you have that fear, because you don't know what are the people or how are they. And some people, when they get really anxious for the test. So I was that person who used to take this very seriously. Like, if the other girls are saying, or especially the toppers are saying, that they're gonna fail the test, so I used to have the fear, oh, maybe if I fail the test, what is gonna happen. So I used to have this fear of failure, and I used to get very nervous that I feel like my heart is beating so much, and it will like come out of my chest. It used to happen that. But then I came to realize that the toppers, they're just saying it like that. They are not, they're just misguiding you. They're not, they just say it so that you do not get the good marks. So after that, I started ignoring it, but I had this fear of failure in my university life. This whole 4 years, even I remember in my last year, I was having the last test, and I remember it was my final year, but I had that failure. Oh my god, if I fail this test, I'm gonna repeat the year, or I have to like do this. Like, I'll have a backlog on it. So you have this fear thing, but the good thing is that you pass everything. And to be honest, when you know the tricks on how to pass or something like that, then you can go for it. Like, in my university, it was that you have to write long answers. Like, you don't need to write to the point. I was a person, because I did O levels, so we were used to writing the lines according to marks. Like, for example, if I had 4 points, or like 4 marks, I had to write 4 lines. But in my university, it was very different. Like, the education system was very different, which, like, I had the fear and failure in me. So so in that, I used to write like really long answers. Like, for example, if it's a 5 marks question, you have to write at least like 2 to 3 pages, or more than that you have to write for the answer. Otherwise, you won't get good marks. And in my last year, I started writing that, and my grades got really good. I started getting good grades, and I was realizing, why didn't I realize this sooner? I should have gotten good marks instead of having this fear of failure. And my regret number 11 is that no extracurricular activities. I mean, no activities, no social life, nothing. Like, I had no social life, no activities. There used to be some like groups or something like that in university. Like, for example, there's a girls group, there's a science group, there's an AI group or something like that, in which they used to make things. And because of the university life, I was so focused in my university life in like learning for my degree or something like that. I didn't focus on the extracurricular activities. I didn't go with them. They used to go to trips or something like that. Like, I didn't do any extracurricular activities, which I regretted a lot. And I didn't even go to the trips my friends went to. That I regret, because if I had went with them, I would have some good memories of the university. But now the only memories I have is that I tried studying so hard for the university. I had no social life. So my regrets that I regret so much is the extracurricular activities. Like, even my last time there was an annual dinner, and even for graduation, for some reason, because I had to move out, so I didn't even attend my graduation in university. I had a graduation. Of course, I applied for the degree after that, but I didn't even attend my graduation, which was my regret. Even for annual dinner, I didn't go to the welcome parties, the groups activities. I didn't take part in any of them. As I was an outspoken person, I loved speeches, like I loved doing debates, but I didn't do anything because I just focused on studying. After that, I became an introvert person. So this is my biggest regret. Moving on. The last thing I want to say is that to do a job, you still need a degree related to your field. I mean, as the people, they don't ask for GPA, but they still ask that have you done bachelor's or something. So you need a degree related to the field and to do the job, not just a degree. And I'm not saying not just the degree that you need, but you need additional courses too in order to do it. For me, to be honest, for passing my exams and midterms and all this stuff, I had to go to YouTube. Like I learned from YouTube, to be honest, and I did courses from Udemy too. So in order to pass my exams and to get the skills, which I have, alhamdulillah, nowadays. And that's all for my side. Thank you so much.